Streets of Fear Omaha presents Family Revenge. It's only during the still hours of the night, when the world hushes to a tremble, that I feel the weight of what we've done. Yet, even then, a dark satisfaction tempers the guilt, because they deserved every agonizing moment. My name is Kira. Me and my brother Marcus are the last remnants of our family. By day, Marcus is the stoic chief of operations, his broad shoulders carrying the gravity of million-dollar deals with practiced ease. His voice is calm, disarming, a calm to shareholders and board members alike. I am the head of research and development, the genius behind our groundbreaking medications, or so they believe. Together, we are the golden siblings of Savian Pharma. Behind closed doors, though, we are the vultures that circle its carcass, picking it apart feather by bloody feather. Our father, a pale shadow of an industrial titan, died first. Savian's experimental drug, heralded as a cure for his crippling arthritis, turned his joints to ash from within, leaving him bedridden in a hell of pain. When the insurance denied coverage for the corrective treatment, their cozy relationship with Savian glaringly obvious, he simply slipped away, forgotten. Mother, once a fierce advocate for social justice, tried to fight them. Weeks later, she was gone too, her brakes mysteriously failing as she drove home on Leavenworth Street. The whispers of blackmail and intimidation around Savian were already there, but our mother's death solidified our rage. That was 10 years ago. I can still feel the press of Marcus's hand on mine the night we discovered Mother's grimoire, tucked away in the crawl space under the floorboards of her study on North 24th Street. But our true initiation into the world of black magic came years earlier, during Omaha days. The festival. Stretching along North 24th and Lake Streets, vibrant with music, food, and community, was where we met the strange vendor. His booth was tucked at the edge of the festivities, far from the bustling crowd. The scent of burnt herbs and the glint of strange, intricate charms drew us in. "You two carry a hunger," the man had said, accent thick and unplaceable, "a thirst for vengeance." We said nothing, but his knowing smile lingered as he placed a battered leather tome in Marcus's hands. "It will exact a price," he warned, "but power always does," speaking in an unfamiliar language. We didn't fully understand what we'd been given then. The book lay forgotten until Mother's death reopened the wounds. We began our vengeance carefully. One by one, the members of Savian's board, the architects of our parents' deaths, found themselves ensnared. Marcus sent charming emails with professional courtesies, while I conducted team meetings on the latest opioid advancements. Beneath the surface, though, we wove dark rituals, piecing together enchantments under the crescent moon, blood offerings and whispered invocations threading through the night air like silk. Our first victim was Henry Caldwell, the smug CFO with a laugh that grated like broken glass. His decline was subtle at first, unexplained fevers and trembling hands. He was dead within 3 months, the coroner citing a rare and aggressive autoimmune disorder. No one noticed Marcus slipping the tincture into Henry's morning coffee during quarterly reviews at the company's headquarters on Dodge Street. Next came Pamela Green, head of legal, whose appetite for coercion had no bounds. She began coughing during an investors' meeting in the conference room overlooking Jean Leahy Mall and never stopped. When the blood finally came, she'd lost half her weight, looking like some grotesque marionette by the time death granted her mercy. And so it continued. Each death, meticulously orchestrated, cloaked in layers of plausible deniability and black magic safeguards. By the 5th board member, rumors of Savian's curse had begun to circulate. It delighted us both. The company's towering glass headquarters had become a beacon of anxiety and dread, its occupants too paranoid to trust their water coolers or office snacks. But our thirst for vengeance was not so easily quenched. "We're close," Marcus whispered one night, the blood moon painting his face in crimson. "Just the CEO, left now." Jeffrey Trask, the man who signed our father's death sentence, was a hollow creature who lived in his ivory tower, insulated by wealth and untouchable arrogance. Killing him would be the crescendo of our masterpiece. But Trask was careful. His food was prepared by tasters. His house on the outskirts of West Omaha was a fortress, and he lived in curated isolation. We'd need something special. It was a frigid evening when we carried out the ritual that would seal his fate. The air in the basement of our childhood home was thick with incense as I carved the sigils into the wax doll. Marcus's voice echoed as he recited the incantation, his steady baritone almost lost amidst the cacophony of unseen forces swirling around us. And then, as if in answer to our call, a sharp crack of thunder punctuated the completion of the curse. The next morning, news of Trask's sudden coma spread like wildfire. Doctors were baffled. It's as if his brain just stopped, one of them explained in a press conference. He lingered in a state of vegetative stillness for 3 months before his body gave out. Savion Pharma's collapse was inevitable after that. Stock prices plummeted, lawsuits erupted like geysers. Employees abandoned ship as if escaping a sinking vessel, stood amid the wreckage, 2 wolves in corporate attire, satisfied that justice had finally been served. Or so we thought. It was a month later when Marcus first began complaining of headaches. Then the nosebleeds started. Bruises began appearing on my arms, dark blooms beneath my skin that I couldn't remember acquiring. We dismissed the signs at first. Stress, we told ourselves, fatigue. But deep down, I think we both knew. Last night I was in the bathroom, staring into the mirror, my breath fogging the glass. "It's her," he murmured. His reflection didn't blink when he did. Mother warned us about tampering with things we didn't understand. I couldn't bring myself to argue. Her voice was still echoing in my mind, words I had dismissed as paranoia scrawled on the final page of her grimoire. Vengeance carries its own cost. As I write this, I feel the cold fingers of something unseen tightening around my throat. My skin burns with the marks of glyphs I don't recall drawing. Marcus is locked in his room, whispering to someone who isn't there. We thought we had mastered the darkness, wielded it for our own ends, but we were fools, and now the cost has come due.